Through OTF killings, internet investigators have uncovered a diabolical plot that started when 50.
Even with Durk, I was telling him, I was like, yo, this is them right there. It's real shit, right? He was like, yeah. And I said, yo, just watch it.
In a recently released interview, Durk and his girlfriend were almost killed in an inside job.
Did they ever figure out who was behind that? That had to be
The evidence demonstrates that these men did try to kill Durk, even though OTF members would be the last to try to hurt their leader. Details about the 2021 incident, in which Durk almost got murked at his residence, have been slowly making their way online. To put it mildly, Dario shouldn't rely on his OTF pals. It looks like Durk's gang had no trouble taking him out, despite the horrifying specifics of what transpired. This is going to be crazy, so buckle up. Some shocking facts about what happened during one of his Twitch live streams were made public by DJ Academics. Researchers claim that Lil Durk's Atlanta residence was highly police guarded and may have been searched as part of an investigation into a shooting and other infractions during a Twitch live feed. They claimed that he was shot close to his house in a gated community. I was told by his neighbors and other locals that Durk resided there and that the policemen were insane. The FBI is working to execute a search warrant in the months prior to the home invasion. Voice of the Heroes, a joint studio album with fellow rapper Lil Baby, was released on June 4th, 2021. But his happiness would quickly turn to sorrow when his brother D was shot and killed 3 days later in Chicago. Harvey, an OTF affiliate, was shot in the head outside a South suburban strip club on Sunday morning, June 7, 2021. Lil Durk's brother was pronounced dead at the scene. A month later, on the evening of July 10, 2021, disaster almost struck Durk and India Royale once more as they tried to escape the limelight and enjoy a quiet evening at their home in the upscale Chateau Alon area of Brecon. The peace of the couple's evening was unexpectedly disrupted at approximately 5 in the morning on July 11, when a gang of unknown individuals broke into their home and entered the gated neighborhood, which is renowned for its security and exclusivity. The threat was unknown as they took their beds for the night. There was a shooting as Durk and India Royale entered their home, which shouldn't have been safe, but the invasion took them off guard. The couple engaged in gunfire with the invaders, who managed to flee before the authorities arrived, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Dario quickly stepped to the booth to deal with the problem, and his rap of "You ain't get back for your mans. You in the club like he ain't dead. Nike ski mask for the co. The only time you wear it infuriated me." The rapper ran into my crib while the Glock 10 was near the bed, but he claimed in an interview with DJ Academic that he had to relocate after the event. "Before I hand it to you, I'll ship my pistol to India."
Please tell me you move from that spot, wherever that spot is. You got out of there.
No, I don't live there.
Even his best friend didn't know where I was, Dario revealed.
Nobody's ever allowed to my house. It be, my best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids.
The big act revealed what everyone had thought was an inside job. So now things get interesting.
Big act revealed what everyone was thinking. It was an inside job.
Did they ever figure out who was behind that? That had to be an inside job.
And DJ Academics wasn't the only one who noticed it.
This was noted by DJ Academics, and 50 Cent also made an effort to inform Durkio about his squad. 50 Cent collaborated with Lil Durk to write the song Power Powder in 2022. Durk received wise advice from 50 Cent, who served as a mentor to him during their partnership. In an authentic environment, Lil Durk was warned by 50 Cent to be wary of his group during an appearance on The Breakfast Club. One question posed to the rapper was whether he had ever tried to advise up-and-coming artists on how to stay out of trouble with the law.
When you look at some of these younger artists and you see how they idolize you and idolize your music, and then you see them get caught up.
Yeah.
Do you have conversations with them? Like I remember Casanova, and you was trying to talk to Casanova, Troy Ave, and now Lil Durk. Do you have conversations with them and be like...
In an interview, 50 Cent said that he had told the Chicago rapper to watch his team. Durk's crew was also engaged in some humorous actions at the time, as the Chicago rapper told 50 Cent that his address had been released and that he almost had his house broken into.
Even with Durk, I was telling him, like, when I had him, he was in New York.
Yep.
Then, like, I was like, yo, this is them, right? Did it to real, right? He was like, yeah. And I said, yo, just watch him. His crew.
There is no proof that OTF police tried to rob the Durk, but the information that has been going around strongly implies that they are. The OTF group made news after planning an assassination for almost 2 years, and they are well known in the streets for their involvement in several shootings and well-planned murders. Apparently, thieves have no honor. Rappers' deaths are plotted in Killers of OTF, the probably most strange hip-hop song ever. Quando was to be killed by the OTF. Lil Durk revealed that Quando and he were pals and often performed V's Ops 63rd together in an interview with DJ Academics. It's odd since Rondo used to get along with Durk and OTF. Rondo began in 2020 after King Von's passing.
I'm saying though, they got 63rd some dirty.
All of this affection would soon convert to bitter hatred on August 5, 2020, a fabled night outside a bar where Rondo took his friend El Tim. El Tim had just been freed from prison following his apprehension and subsequent charges of conspiracy to acquiring stolen property and interfering with the investigation after a detective discovered 15 pounds of marijuana, 2 weapons, and over $16,000 in violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act.
He just wanna, you feel me? You feel me? He just got out of prison. He just wanna have fun.
But instead of going out to party, Quando Rondo, who was with him, would rather take a nap in the car outside the club. El Tim made the important decision to remain in the automobile with Quando.
He like, Lil Tim tell me, Lil bro, I'm not about to let you go in no club. He be like, no, Lil bro, I'm not about to let you sit in no car and go to sleep.
Right, by yourself.
You feel me? I'm about to sit in here and roll up.
V was about to get out of his car and head to the club when Quando and El Tim arrived at the Monaco Hookah Lounge. At the same time, King Val had just left the Opium nightclub following the successful release of Welcome to Oblak, his debut album. One of his homeboys told him he had just arrived at the parking lot and had met Quando Rondo, another rapper. V left the car and started heading to Pew in seconds. He was attacked by Von, and he was struck down by other crewmen behind him. Quando was making a vain attempt to escape his attackers when Von's men came in and started pelting him with blows. Then, with a revolver in hand, El Tim emerged from behind their car and started shooting. As everyone ran, V was struck in the torso. After the dust settled, V's crew pulled up next to him, got him into the car, and drove quickly to the nearest hospital after 2 off-duty police officers near the club started shooting. Along with Quando Rondo, El Tim limped into their vehicle and headed to the hospital. The 2 parties had no more fighting and ended up at the same hospital. But according to court records, Von passed away while undergoing surgery. After Von died, Durk started preparing to kill Cool. Industry mistrust and fear were stoked by rumors that Durk had placed a bounty on Rondo's head. But according to court records, this was real. Cham Durk told OTF members that he would offer a reward to anyone involved in Kill in Quando Rondo using coded language, according to a report from OTF to the police. Deandra Wilson, Durk's cousin, also told OTF members that OTF, a music label, offered rich music prospects to anyone engaged in the murder. Quando Rondo initially came dangerously close to death in Georgia in 2021. An apparently typical Saturday night at a neighborhood club was the beginning of the circumstances that led to the shooting incident involving Rondo and his squad in Georgia. The actual shooting site was just a short drive from the club. The concert proceeded smoothly throughout the evening, and as the evening drew to a close, Rondo and his group prepared to depart the venue early on Sunday morning. The storyline, however, took a sharp turn after Rondo and his group left the club and made a quick stop at a convenience store in Blackshear, Georgia, where there was gunfire directed at the rapper and his group, according to law enforcement sources. The situation worsened by August 2022 when one of Rondo's companions was shot in the hand, according to federal court documents. Authorities never located Rondo, despite the fact that he might have been present when the gunshots started. Lil Durk, after allegedly finding out that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles, Lil Durk's accomplices Deandra Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and ASA Houston traveled there on August 18, 2022. They had used funds allegedly supplied by Durk personally to drive from Chicago to San Diego. Upon their arrival, OTF members met with key associate Con Grant, who had taken a private plane to Los Angeles. Court filings state that Grant had a key role in making the operation possible by arranging for the group to stay at a hotel, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 high-end automobiles to be utilized during the ambush. The group allegedly began following Quando Rondo and his associate Robinson as they drove a Cadillac Escalade around Los Angeles as the day went on. Along the way, they stopped at a clothing store in West Hollywood and a marijuana dispensary, among other places. As the suspects pursued their targets, waiting for the ideal opportunity to attack, the anxiety was palpable. But here at ASA, the day's activities came to a head at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling neighborhood in the center of Los Angeles. Reports state that when Robinson and Rondo arrived at the station, Houston placed his car behind it, preparing the ambush. The servicing station following the failed ambush, the suspects reassembled at an In-N-Out hamburger stand, where they reportedly spoke with Con Grant about money. The party then took a plane back to Chicago from San Diego. But it turns out that the crew is turning on one another and working with the authorities because there is no honor among thieves. Among the men who have been heavily implicated in snitching on the OTF chief is Brick Baby. Despite not being from Chicago or connected to OTF, his top op says that the Crazy 100 Brick Baby is the reason behind Lil Durk's death, which makes his connection to the case strange. Wack 100 and Brick Baby have been at one another's throats for years, even though they both worked for Adam 22. On a well-known platform in 2022, Brick Baby publicly accused Wack of being a federal informant, mostly because of his deep knowledge of the Quentin Rondo shooting in Atlanta.
Wack a snitch. Wack is a cop working. If you notice, every time something happens in the street, like with the Quando Rondo situation, how do you know so much about, like, I don't even know that much about that. You talk about he done robbed a nigga and did this. Like, how do you know this unless you getting police reports?
Wack revealed that Quando Rondo was shot and killed in Atlanta, and that it was a heroin trade gone awry.
We all thought that was a bad drug deal, weed deal. You know that. The world thought that that shooting was a bad weed deal between some Armenians or Persians. That's what the world thought.
At one time, a now deleted video even suggested that Wack was a federal informant, according to World Star Hip Hop.
Hip hop platform, World Star Hip Hop. And I got some bad news. I found out that my big homie is talking to the cops.
Who's that? Who, me?
What do you think I should do, T?
Who's talking to the cops?
In a podcast with Adam 22, however, Wack 100 asserts that Brick Baby is working with the feds after exposing Lil Durk and bringing down OTF. Now it's the other way around.
Do you think that he's a federal informant?
I think he's definitely working.
Months before Lil Durk and his fellow OTF members were in prison, the federal government raided Brick Baby's home. The accusations made by Wack 100 and Brick Baby become interesting at this point. Wack 100 believes that Brick must be compromised in giving the feds information because no charges were ever brought against him, even after he was taken up by the feds and required bailout by Adam 22.
How do you react to the narrative that Wack has been consistently putting out there, which is basically him saying that Brick maybe must be cooperating or compromised in some way because you allegedly got arrested by the feds and there's no charges? So what do you say when you see him saying that?
Brick had snitched on Durk and OTF on a podcast, according to Wack 100. Wack Brick Baby, who finally gave an explanation for why the government had bugged his house months later.
And it wasn't until February of 2023 that Brick Baby goes on the internet with Flacco and says, out of nowhere, The world is oblivious to this. I guess they can't say OTF didn't slide for King Von anymore.
No one asserts that V's killing wasn't avenged because Brick Baby revealed in a lyrical Flacco episode that OTF had taken Quando Rondo's cousin away.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of no. Like
They
who died?
say you can't say that no more.
Oh, cause of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Nah, cause Lil Pop.
He wasn't the only one who snitched, though. When asked what he thought about people pushing him to slide for Von, Lil Durk on the DJ Academics podcast said the same thing.
You get triggered by the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They'd be like, they be saying slide for Von. I think they trolling me.
But according to Lil Durk, there was a reason why those comments had been removed from the internet so long ago.
No reason. I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water. You be seeing the comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out.
As it happens, after Brick Baby's candid interview on the podcast, the feds were able to secure a search warrant. The feds had arrived to take Brick Baby's phone, which had some pretty intriguing information on it. According to WAC 100, Brick told everyone he had been charged with a felony involving a pistol, but he never revealed that the feds had come for his cell phone at the time.
March, the feds get on Brick. We don't know this. We're under the presumption that it's an AK-47 case. But what really happened was they came there to get his cell.
As of right now, Brick has no court date for his gun accusation, which made the situation even more odd when he was never prosecuted. This is peculiar because Brick, a gang member and a convicted felon, says he would spend a very long period behind bars if he were accused of possessing a pistol. According to Brick Baby, the father abandoned his complaint since there wasn't enough proof.
Why would the DA reject the charge?
It's not they rejected. They just is not enough evidence for them. They got to look at the case and say, can I beat this in trial?
But it wasn't in the comments section, which thought Brick was definitely snitching. They also thought he was a side snitch, which is why he was raided shortly after he made his remarks. According to one comment, Brick was speaking like a rat and was afraid. After giving them a lengthy explanation, he bounded off, attempting to divert their attention and persuade them. Do you have anything further to say? Following the release of Durk's indictment, WAC 100 disclosed the final nail in Brick Baby's coffin. The feds sought Brick's phone because Tay thought he was working with OTF agents on the day of the shooting and providing the hitman with Quando Rondo's whereabouts.
If you go in there and look at that report, number 4 is a local guy that was dropping Quando's locations.
The Rolling 60 Crips, Quero Rondo's group, was accused by the feds of setting him up after the shooting, according to WAC.
What you think the police told Quando?
That the Roll 60 set him up?
In reality, Brick Baby and Quizzo Rondo were both representing the same gang, and Quizzo checked in with his group for safety when he got to Atlanta.
What was he claiming?
Roll 60 script.
Where Brick Baby from?
Roll 60 script.
Who you think he checked in with?
Roll 60s?
With who?
Okay, I see where you're going.
For this reason, the rapper from Savannah took to social media to attack his gang, claiming they were not behind him. While Brick Baby is not alone, his crimes are gaining attention daily. OTF Jam is the group accused of revealing the truth because one of Durk's closest pals was also found to be a snitch, and his story is ludicrous.
There is the rumor that's going around that there's an individual that goes by the name of OTF Jam, and they're saying that he wore a wire.
In front of everyone watching him, DJ Academics posted this picture of the suspected traitor eating fries and fried chicken in an interrogation room. One individual, OTF Jam, has been accused of being an informant on numerous occasions since the day the news of OTF's closure appeared in the media. When incriminating images of the OTF rapper collaborating with the feds appeared and went viral online, things became worse for him. Baby Jam persisted in protecting himself. Using social media, the OTF affiliate apologized and urged people to wait to accuse him of snitching until they saw his name on official paperwork. When none of the OTF affiliates co-signed Jam, and even though everyone was online shouting, "Free Durk, well OTF," Nobody tried to stand by him. Things at OTF took a turn for the worse. My real name is KCJ Hester, or Oof Jam, as my artist is known. When his name appears on the documents, don't you think so? Then Jam went one step farther and said Durkio was spying on him. He first revealed that Durkio had snitched on him in a song, labeling me a snitch or a rat while continuously singing snitch on themselves. He posted about the song when Durk raps Jam getting out that jam. I give him 50. Ain't got to ask again. He was catching murders back then, which is when the max was in Remember OTF. Dario had handed him 50 bands, and Jam had been freed after serving time for attempted murder.
Say you ain't gotta ask shit, bro. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
It turns out that when the feds heard Durk rap about Jam discovering bodies, they were on him. They were waiting for him to commit a crime and be reincarcerated. Someone caught me in the act. He figured me out in the song. After that, the cops were all on me. Oh, he's solving murders. We should get him. The OTF litigation is still getting worse, as Jam wrote. To view more videos like this one, click the boxes that are currently playing on your screen. It's unfortunate to see that more of Durk's friends and affiliates are abandoning him, but what do you expect from men who reportedly robbed their own boss?